Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating and air, restoration, flood and remodeling services for over 40 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Prebys Foundation, Darlene Marco Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Rising rents, high home prices. Who can afford to live in San Diego? Thanks for joining us. I'm Maya Trabulsi, and today, city and county leaders held a joint meeting looking for solutions to the shortage of affordable housing. KPBS Metro reporter Andrew Bowen says it was the first such meeting in more than 20 years.
The City Council and County Board of Supervisors voted unanimously to set a goal of building 10,000 affordable homes on public land in the next 8 years. The hope is by making that land available for little to no cost, affordable housing developers would need less taxpayer dollars to make their projects pencil out. And officials hope they'll also be able to speed up the permitting process.
It's not just about building affordable homes, it's about bringing down the cost of building housing. That makes housing more affordable. And one of the ways that we do that is by streamlining the regulatory process. You have my commitment to be open to a variety of ideas on that front.
During the meeting, officials unveiled an interactive map that shows public lands across the county and how suitable they are for building housing. The parcel with the most potential is currently a parking lot in downtown Chula Vista. However, no city leaders from Chula Vista were at Monday's meeting, so it's far from clear whether they would cooperate with the development plan. Supervisor Nathan Fletcher alluded to the challenges that lie ahead when cities and residents oppose housing projects.
Everyone that you see here before you today is really committed to doing this work and doing the difficult, hard work of citing it, of getting through opposition, of getting through upset neighbors, of working through all of these challenges to make sure that we see real progress.
One possible reform on the horizon is a measure to let San Diego's public housing agency exceed zoning limits on its own land. Some of that land is zoned for low density, meaning it would be nearly impossible to build affordable housing there. Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.
Especially vulnerable to the lack of affordable housing, but more is on the way in San Ysidro. KPBS reporter Jacob Ayer was there for the groundbreaking of a new 100-unit complex.
Mariachi music filled the air this morning in San Ysidro. They played uplifting songs to mark the start of construction on a new affordable senior complex called Ventana al Sur in the town's historic village district. Hortensia Ramirez is a senior who's grateful to live in an affordable housing apartment not far away in Chula Vista.
Vivo feliz, no solamente por ese hecho, sino también por la seguridad, protección, el servicio que se nos da y todo lo que necesitamos accesibles para nuestras necesidades de handicap, como en baños, showers, etc. Y sobre todo toda la protección y unión que tenemos todos los residentes.
Ventana al Sur is specifically for seniors 62 and over with very low income. The developer's president and CEO, Arnulfo Manriquez, says the project has 25 units reserved for seniors experiencing chronic homelessness.
We're across the street from the trolley station, so seniors will be able to go on trolley, public transportation. It's right near grocery stores, it's right near to parks, and it's right near to a library, as well as a health clinic nearby. The services are going to be incredible.
Manriquez says there's been a historical lack of investment in San Ysidro, but this project will help to change the future of the city. San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria says the development is a tangible step to address the region's housing shortage.
100 affordable housing units for seniors. This projects like these are how we tackle our region's housing affordability and our homelessness crisis.
Manriquez says construction should be completed by summer of 2024. There will be a lottery system for interested applicants, which will open the first month of that same year. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
Anger in downtown San Diego today over Governor Gavin Newsom's veto of a bill meant to reduce deaths inside the jails. KPBS reporter Kitty Alvarado says the families of people who died in custody are asking, what will it take to make change happen.
Family members of those who have died in custody inside San Diego County jails gathered in downtown San Diego to share their stories.
My son died last July 20th, 2021, just 4 days after he was booked into Central Jail.
Omar Marino Arroyo died in jail on January 6, 2021. Thank you. He was having a mental health crisis.
They were joined by justice advocates fighting for change, sending a message to Governor Gavin Newsom about his veto of AB 2343, the Saving Lives in Custody Act.
I had no intentions of speaking today because I'm so tired of being out here. How many people does Newsom want to die before he sees change? This is ridiculous.
If AB 2343 had been in place at that time, I believe that could have saved my husband's life.
Newsom said he vetoed the bill because it required 2 new positions on the Board of State and Community Corrections. He said it would impede the board's ability to carry out its mission in a timely manner.
The explanation that the governor gave us was such a betrayal.
Yusuf Miller has been fighting alongside the families for years and co-founded the North County Equity Justice Coalition, Saving Lives in Custody campaign.
It's not even worthy to put on paper to say to a family who has been crying day after day after day with no answers, no justice, and we tell them that they don't want to impede the progress by adding 2 people, 2 necessary seats. One is medical and one is mental health. And a lot of the deaths that we have are a combination of both, if not one or the other.
Oh, it's a slap in the face.
Sean Mills says she lost her big brother Kevin, who suffered from schizophrenia and died before getting help inside a county jail in November of 2020. She says this news made her relive her loss.
You would think that he would have some kind of compassion for us, but then him to veto it is like you don't care. And so it's a loss. It's like losing my brother again.
Assemblymember Dr. Akilah Weber wrote the bill. She sent a representative to the rally who read a statement saying she planned to work with the governor's office to reintroduce the bill this year. Kitty Alvarado, KPBS News.
Cutting across the street outside of a crosswalk will soon be perfectly legal in most situations. After vetoing a similar bill last year, Governor Gavin Newsom has given his approval. The Freedom to Walk Act limits jaywalking enforcement. So starting on January 1st, tickets will only be issued if there's an immediate risk of a collision. Otherwise, pedestrians will be free to cross anywhere. Those who take disability or family leave will get a boost in pay. Starting in 2025, those earning less than $57,000 will get 90% of their pay. That's a boost from the current 70%. Higher earners will get a bump from the current 60% to 70%. Like the jaywalking bill, the governor vetoed a similar bill last year, but this time he signed off on the plan. We're breaking records once again, but it's nothing to cheer about. For the 3rd straight day, San Diego County set a new high average gas price, $6.39 per gallon of regular. We're paying $1.16 more than 1 month ago. It's the same story across the state, even though oil prices are down nationwide. So what gives? KPBS reporter Alexander Nguyen looks into the issue.
It's costing a lot more to fuel up these days.
I was definitely a little surprised to see how high they went up again. I kind of thought that was over.
Bryson Patterson is a graduate student at USD. He just bought a new, more fuel-efficient car, and he thinks there is something fishy about the high gas prices in California.
I do think like a lot of the talk about it being kind of an opportunistic pricing by big oil companies is like pretty realistic. I think it's kind of BS that the gas prices are back up to what they were.
Despite oil prices decreasing, in California, gas prices keeps on increasing. In San Diego, the average price is $6.40. Nationally, it's $3.80. That's a difference of $2.60. Alan Jin is an economics professor at USD. He says with oil prices hovering around $83 a barrel, down from a high of $123 in March, it's cheaper for refineries to produce gasoline.
The problem is that we've had some supply disruption. The refineries that convert oil into gas are down, some for scheduled maintenance, some for unplanned problems in terms of maintenance.
We know that there's 6 refineries in California that are reporting these maintenance issues.
And Jane Venegas is with the Automobile Club of Southern California. She says the other reason is higher than expected demand.
According to a survey AAA did, a lot of drivers weren't able to take those trips that they planned for the summer because of gas prices being so high. So a lot of them did not shop as much, they didn't drive as much, and they were able to save some money to finally take those trips during the fall. So we were expecting that demand to increase.
To cool down prices, Governor Gavin Newsom announced on Friday that refineries could start selling more polluting but cheaper winter blend gasoline. AAA says that will likely drop prices down 15 to 20 cents. Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
Hurricane Ian has killed more than 100 people since it made landfall last week as a Category 4 storm. Search and rescue operations remain active in the hardest hit areas, while others begin the work of rebuilding. Gloria Pasmino is in Florida with the latest.
Days after Hurricane Ian tore through Florida, crews remain in active search and rescue.
We are working hard to try and safely get you out, so once we get through this stage, then we can work on rebuilding.
More than 1,600 people have been rescued from Ian's wake so far, according to Florida's governor. Ian made landfall as a Category 4 storm last Wednesday, decimating coastal towns, flooding inland cities, and completely cutting off island communities.
There's nothing left. I don't know. I am optimistic. It's heartbreaking for all those families, for all those businesses. That's why I'm very sad.
Floridians now face the daunting task of rebuilding as they return to unrecognizable cities and towns.
It does add to the complexity of the process. It's been hard to get things here with I-75 shut down. That's been an issue. And the 62% of our population that's over 65 is a problem. And that problem means they need a lot more care and assistance.
Power outages are also hindering recovery efforts. Florida Power and Light says they are working around the clock, aiming to have electricity restored to most by the end of the week.
Filled with sand, debris, patio furniture that ended up in the electrical vault. And this is some of the challenges that our crews have in actually restoring power.
In Fort Myers Beach, Gloria Pasmino, KPBS News.
President Joe Biden is hailing Puerto Rico's resiliency following Hurricane Fiona. He and the First Lady Jill Biden visited the U.S. territory today, announcing a $60 million investment for coastal areas. It would shore up levees and help fund a new flood warning system.
We know that the climate crisis and more extreme weather are going to continue to hit this island and hit the United States overall. And as we rebuild, we have to ensure that we build it to last.
President Biden is heading to Florida on Wednesday to survey the damage from Hurricane Ian. The CDC is calling on doctors to be on the lookout for a respiratory illness that's on the rise and may be linked to more cases of a rare paralyzing condition. Mandy Gaither has more on the illness and what parents need to know.
In the summer and fall, enteroviruses are very common in U.S. children.
Cold, cough, congestion, difficulty breathing, maybe worsening of asthma.
The CDC reports a rise in respiratory illnesses and visits to the emergency room in youth over the summer. And the agency is now warning doctors and parents to be on the lookout for an enterovirus called D68 that may be linked to more cases of a rare paralyzing condition called acute flaccid myelitis, or AFM.
This is what happens when this virus affects a part of the brain.
When that happens, Cleveland Clinic Dr. Purva Grover says it affects the muscles. She says parents should look out for symptoms, which can include drooping eyelids, numbness and tingling of arms and legs, and loss of muscle tone.
Those can be small and subtle, so if you're not looking, you might miss the initial stages, but eventually the devastation continues to become rather catastrophic.
Grover says the weakening of the muscles may make it harder for a child suffering from AFM to breathe. The condition requires doctors to take extra steps to diagnose.
It's extremely important to diagnose them in a timely fashion.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Yet again, South County beaches are closed due to contamination flowing across the border. This map shows the area in question from the border to the south end of Seacoast Drive and Imperial Beach. A southern swell is pushing contaminated water from sewage leaks in Mexico to the north. The shoreline there is closed until tests show that the water is safe. Warnings are in place for nearby portions of Imperial Beach and the Silver Strand. With 140 cruise calls, the Port of San Diego says this will be their busiest season in 12 years. The Ysidro Dam, part of the Holland America line, sailed into B Street Pier earlier today. The cruise line will offer 28 departures from the Port of San Diego from October through May. They expect to host more than 62,000 guests.
Each home-ported cruise ship in San Diego brings in $2 million per ship. And let me put it this way. This cruise season will generate about $300 million of economic generation.
The Ysidro Dam is offering a Tales of the South Pacific itinerary. Passengers will get to visit Hawaii, Mexico, and parts of Polynesia, and more. Amtrak Pacific Surfliner service through San Clemente remains closed for the foreseeable future after erosion prompted emergency work to restabilize the tracks. Michelle Gili reports on the impact for commuters.
Metrolink is suspending OC and IEOC service.
The bad news came through a speaker at the Laguna Niguel train station. Passengers on Metrolink and Amtrak who were hoping to ride from Orange County south toward San Diego, as well as those traveling north of Oceanside, are out of luck for the time being because officials say the train tracks and the hillside above it are unstable. Commuter Dan Cook was temporarily stranded after work in Laguna Niguel.
They're stuck waiting till 3:30, or I'm going to have lunch with my wife. Hopefully she'll come pick me up. Hopefully.
The issues are nothing new and involve erosion on both sides of the tracks that run right alongside the Pacific Ocean. Officials say the current problem is here in South San Clemente, near the exclusive Cypress Shore development and the former estate locals know as Richard Nixon's Western White House.
The hillside next to the Metrolink tracks was continuing to move. And again, it had reached a point or a threshold that prompted the decision in order to ensure the safety of our passengers to suspend Metrolink service. Unfortunately, we don't have a set timeline as to when we will resume service to our San Juan Capistrano, our San Clemente, or our Oceanside stations.
A week ago, trains were ordered to pass through the area slowly as tons of boulders were trucked in to reinforce the right-of-way. The recent storm surge from Tropical Storm K caused the rails to slightly shift. Officials say the problem is now at a point where passenger trains aren't traveling through San Clemente.
Let's talk about those temperatures over the course of the next couple of days. Hey, a warmer week ahead. Another thing we'll be watching is the marine layer. It's going to be a little bit less established, meaning some of those low clouds and fog will not be as common over some of the interior valleys. Could we see some changes, though, by the weekend? We'll explore your Saturday forecast here coming up momentarily. All right, let's talk about tonight here first. And we still do have some low clouds. And again, that's the case along the shoreline. Oceanside to San Diego will be dropping off into the 60s. Out east, Mount Laguna dropping to 56. Borrego Springs at 72. We work our way into Tuesday. High pressure in control, going to be a little bit on the warmer side. And yeah, that warmth will be found and felt here locally, too. In fact, you know, you have to go all the way back into September, more so around the 9th of the month. Remember, we had over a ½ inch of rain. It's been a while since we've talked about that precipitation, at least heavier precipitation. We stay dry here as we go into tomorrow. High temperatures mid-70s around San Diego. Borrego Springs at 101. Mount Laguna topping off at 74. And a very similar look as we work our way into Wednesday. Again, all the moisture staying out to our east. So high temperatures next couple of days. In fact, warming up right through Friday. By the time we get into the weekend, look at this. Even warmer at the coast. Now, as you work your way away from the coast, it looks like we're going to start to see the peak of the warmth again toward that late week time frame, and then heading toward the weekend, perhaps we plateau or even see the numbers come down just a bit. Overnight low temperatures dropping into the 60s over the mountains. Over the course of the next couple of days, quite warm. Here, too, by the weekend, we can start to see some of those numbers dropping ever so slightly, perhaps more noticeable into the deserts later on Friday into Saturday. For KPBS News, I'm meteorologist Justin Povick.
I'm Judy Woodruff. Tonight on the NewsHour, Florida and Puerto Rico are both struggling on the long road to recovery from the hurricanes that ravaged their communities. Coming up at 7 after Evening Edition on KPBS.
The woman who provided one of the most memorable moments in Academy Award history has died. Sasheen Littlefeather famously declined an Oscar on behalf of actor Marlon Brando in 1973, and it was to draw attention to the discriminatory ways that Native Americans were portrayed in movies. Littlefeather died at her home in California from breast cancer. She was 75 years old. A youth boxing program in Vista got displaced from their gym last year, but that did not stop the organizer who decided to build the gym in his backyard. KPBS North County reporter Tanya Thorne shows us how the organization is helping a group of kids become champions inside and outside of the boxing ring.
From the outside, Rudy Moreno's Vista home looks pretty normal. But past his yard owl and through his side path, you'll find a large tent filled with young and aspiring boxers. It's part of a nonprofit he started called Hero Inc., helping everyone reach opportunity.
I have a motto which is learn, grow, and lead. Okay, so each one of these kids, they learn something. Okay, then they become leaders and they teach others, and then they just grow from there.
Moreno used to teach in a bigger space, but last year the program was displaced to make way for a new residential development.
We lost our big facility that we had off of North Santa Fe, so we put our minds together, we put our money together because it was pricey, and we decided, you know what, we have the space in our backyard, why don't we just construct something here?
Moreno built a gym in his very own backyard because of the benefits boxing brought to the community.
Physical activity, helps you mentally and physically. And not only do I want to create champions in the ring, but I want to create champions outside of the ring as well. That way they become productive citizens.
Boxing helped Moreno stay out of trouble while growing up in Vista. He went on to join the Air Force, serving for 20 years. After retirement, the sport helped him recover from the effects of PTSD.
And there was a time that my body just started falling apart basically after retirement. I guess because I wasn't physically active anymore.
Now, Moreno gives back to his hometown with boxing through his organization, working with kids like Alina Torres.
I think it helped me not to get picked on, and it's just because I'm small doesn't mean I can't do anything.
She's the only girl in the group. She's won national titles and state championships that she hopes will keep stacking up.
I want to take it to at least the Olympics, to where I get top and even maybe professional.
17-year-old Franklin Garcia says boxing has kept him from hanging out with the wrong crowds.
There's other sports kids can do, not just boxing. There's other sports, and I encourage kids to do sports, instead of out there being in the streets. Do sports, and it's good for your health,
Boxing also inspired him to join his school's cross-country team. He hopes to go to a 4-year university and continue boxing.
Cross country, then boxing, school, and I just hope to be someone big, be one of the big top fighters.
Victor Villagomez, or Tony Boy, is Moreno's youngest competitor at 10 years old.
It helped me by getting confident and building more strength to my mind and to my body.
Like the rest of the boxers, Tony Boy has big goals in mind.
What I want to do is be a pro, so I can make a career for myself, so it could be successful.
What brings me joy is seeing their expressions. When we go to a national tournament and they win a national tournament or even local tournaments, just seeing them win. They know that the hard work that they've been putting in at the gym is paying off. 2, 1, quit, go!
Moreno's backyard boxing program is temporary. He hopes to get a bigger place with more sports and services for the community.
Other sports, fitness, basketball, football. I would like my facility to have a learning resource center, a computer lab where kids can come and do their homework and then participate in an activity.
Until then, Moreno's backyard is open until the sun goes down to help kids reach new opportunities.
You always want to help that one person up so that way they can help the next person.
Tanya Thorne, KPBS News.
Sure was a party. Enjoy it, Padres fans. The team is headed back to the postseason, and it was a party Sunday at Petco Park. This will be the first playoff series after a full season since 2006. That's 16 years. 2020 was for the COVID-shortened season. There are a few regular season games remaining, but as it stands now, the Padres will travel to New York for a best-of-3 series against the Mets, and that starts on Friday. Here is a look at what we're working on for tomorrow in the KPBS newsroom. New potential for psychedelics in treating depression. NPR's Morning Edition tells us about the progress being made with one particular drug. And from gang life in LA to being one of the city's most celebrated chefs. Midday Edition interviews Keith Corbin about his new memoir. And you can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Good night.
Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating and air, restoration, flood and remodeling services for over 40 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Prebys Foundation, Darlene Marco Shiley. And by the following: and by viewers like you. Thank you.